Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kirby back with the process. I say a lot of things on social media, and I don't think that they're controversial, but judging by the response of some people, I'm not going to call them ignorant, but some people, they believe that what I'm saying is contrary to the right thing to do. And I know with all of these social media personalities out there, crazy things that they're saying out there in the social media space, that if somebody's saying something contrary to what they're saying, then you believe that it is of little to no substance. First off, I am a contrarian. I am 100% against whatever the masses do or say. With that, I'm going to go over 5 things that I have said on social media, mainly YouTube, and mostly people, because they got that short attention span, they look at it on a YouTube short and don't do further research, and then they just want to get in the comment section and be keyboard warriors and say, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about." Now, all 5 things that I tell you came from somebody that's way smarter than me. But just because people don't know the name, or they weren't paraphrased or quoted based on the principles that they teach, everybody dismiss it as, "Oh, he's just a new hack on social media and he don't know what the hell he's talking about." So with that, you're going to see the message that I give on my social media page, and then you'll know exactly who said it. With all that being said, let's get into the process. Okay, everybody, welcome back. The first quote I'm going to give you, and this is something that I always live by and I talk about on the channel, and everybody gets mad at it. I don't give a care who the hell they are. They get mad at that I say this. I always tell people, stop spending money. I just say, stop. Whatever you're doing, just stop doing it. And the reason why I say this is for the first quote I'm going to read you. The most important thing to do if you find yourself in a hole is to stop digging. If you find yourself in a hole, just stop doing whatever got you in that hole and keep digging further into the hole. Just stop. So when I say stop spending, I'm saying stop digging a bigger hole to what you've already created. If you knew what you was doing, you wouldn't be in the hole. But if you keep doing what you think you know what you're doing, the hole is only going to get deeper. But I say that all the time, and then people be like, "Oh, he want to tell us what to do with our money. He don't want to do this. He want to control this. He want to control that." Only thing I'm doing is I'm trying to stop the bleeding. Just stop the bleeding. That's the first thing the trauma is, stop the bleeding. But people want to keep being persistent and pushing on with that narrative. But I'm not going to keep harping on. I'm just going to go to the next thing. Number two. Number two is one that I like. And for anybody that was wondering out there, the first quote was said by none other than Warren Buffett. Only one of, I'm not going to say one of, only the most successful investor in U.S. history, I believe. Of course, Benjamin Graham set the principles, but Warren Buffett made him famous. Warren Buffett popularized him. Warren Buffett multiplied it and did it on an exponential level to do what Benjamin Graham taught him. Number two, also another Warren Buffett quote: "The best chance to deploy capital is when things are going down." I've only said that about 100, 150 times here on this channel. The news media be yelling bloody murder, and I'm saying this is the time to buy. Comment section light up. Who the hell does guy think he is? He didn't see the news. You didn't see what they're saying. That is the key. Most millionaires and billionaires are created in a recession. They're created in bad times because they had enough fortitude to look the bull in the face and still stand there and attack when stuff is going down. I'm always looking for positions that nobody's paying to, or the misgiving or forgot about sector. When everybody thought Bitcoin was going to crash, when it went from 105 down to 85, I was in there buying. Now we're up to 109, 110 now. When the stock market dropped 20% a month ago, I was there buying. Now we done rally 15% from there. We might come down some more, and then I'll be attacking it again. Matter of fact, it's not we might come down some more. We will come down again, and I will be attacking it again. I can't wait till the news send out the fear tactics to everybody, and then everybody want to, I'm going to stand on the sideline, I'm going to save my money, let the stock market go down. That's when I'm deploying mine. Because I know money won't go back into the market till the market's already back up close to their highs, like we've seen over the past week. Nobody was buying it when it was down 20%, and everybody was saying the world was coming to an end. I was. Because that's where the wealth is created. Being able to deploy capital when things are going down. Number 3, this also was done by Warren Buffett. Y'all catching the trend here. All of these are by Warren Buffett. The best investor in the United States, I'm going to say on earth. All of these come from him. And the only thing I'm doing is saying the same things he's saying. Y'all just didn't know he was saying it. So now y'all know, he's not a hack. He's repeating things that people that's been more successful and done it at a way better level has done it. And I'm just trying to convey their message to the everyday person so you can rinse and repeat history, so you can follow the blueprint. Hell, you may not get up to Warren Buffett status when it comes to investing, but if you get 10% of the way, it's way better than where you are right now. All right, so for the next one, number 3, diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you're doing. I have been a big proponent on this channel of saying diversifying is for people that don't know what they're doing. Diversifying is for the people that don't want to put in the work. I always say, do not buy individual stocks if you're not willing to put in the work. I always say, if you're not willing to put in the work, just go buy an index fund. Just go buy an ETF that's indexed to the market. But if you don't want to do the work, just go buy a diversified ETF and just put as much money as you can in there. There's nothing wrong with being a C student. You're still going to do better than you are now. But the alpha or the bigger returns is finding an undervalued individual stock. For all these people that's running around on the internet and all these people that's running around on news channels talking about, you got to have a diversified portfolio. Yeah, if you already have the money. You do not grow wealth by having a diversified portfolio. You preserve wealth by having a diversified portfolio. I'll say that again. You don't create wealth with a diversified portfolio. You preserve wealth with a diversified portfolio. And that brings me to number 4. Warren Buffett again. And it says right here, diversification may preserve wealth, but concentration builds wealth. Now, for all the people that's in the comment section, for all the people that's saying, he don't know what the hell he's talking about, Warren Buffett just said it. I'm quoting Warren Buffett. I'm reading it right here. Diversification may preserve wealth, but concentration builds wealth. So whatever individual stock, after you did your homework, you decide to get in, whatever investment you decide to get in, it don't even have to be a stock. Whatever investment you decide to get in, it needs to be concentrated, and a lot of capital need to be put behind it so you can build your wealth. Now, once you get a wealth, $5-10 million, then you diversify so it's less risk of it coming down. But you have to take the risk for it to go up. If you diversify when you got little or nothing, it's going to stay little or nothing 5-10 years from now. If you think you're going to get like 20 or 30 individual stocks and you're going to do something, shame on you. If you want something diversified but concentrated, just buy the stock market itself. Buy the S&P 500. If you want to lie to yourself and think that you have enough bandwidth, you have enough concentration to know exactly all of what 30 individual companies are doing, and you're going to put money in there and you know exactly what they're doing, you know all their financials, you know what's going on with the company, you are sadly mistaken. Get concentrated if you want to build wealth. Now, if you already have wealth, then use to diversify to preserve it so you don't lose it. Number 5, probably one of my favorite ones, but I use it all the time, so I'm going to say it just so y'all know that I'm getting it from a higher source and I'm not just making it up just to attract the world. I live these principles every day. Cash combined with courage in a time of crisis is priceless. Now, for people who didn't watch this channel more than a day, y'all always know I say you want to build your cash up, your cash position up when the economy's doing real good. Why? Is because when that thing turns around, and we average a recession every 6 to 10 years in the United States. So when it turns around and the market goes down and everybody's in fear, no matter if it's in real estate, no matter if it's a business, no matter if it's in the stock market, no matter where it's at, if it's an asset, and everybody's trying to run away from it, that cash pile and your courage to standing there at the gate or standing there at the door to say, yeah, let me get that, let me get that, let me get that at these cheap prices, and you just make sure it stabilizes and then ride it back up. That's where your millions are going to come from. You're not going to make your millions though the stock market rallying 10, 15% and like, oh, I'm just going to try to jump on the train. The emotional cycle is going to screw you over because you're going to get in when everybody in the news is talking about it. Then the market going to proceed to come down some. And then you're going to see your bank account a little negative and you're going to say, oh, what am I supposed to do? Again, the same thing that I've said, the first tenet of the process. If everybody's doing it, then it's the wrong thing to do. The reason why the stock market rally up big on those days is because everybody's jumping in. I only buy on down days in the market, no matter if it's real estate, no matter if it's market, no matter if it's business. I only buy when it's depressed and it's forgot about. It gives me time to build my position. I get as many shares as I want to. When the market gets rational again and realize, oh, this is an asset that's cheap, and then they rally up, I did all my work on the buy. Now I'm just riding their wave. And then, of course, I'm taking cash off the table after it then rallied up 50, 60, 70, 80%. But if it keep rallying, so be it. But I'm always having a cash pile ready for when it turns around. That's why right now in February, Warren Buffett is sitting on $329 billion in cash. He could have kept his money in there and said, oh, no, we just going to ride it to the end. He understands the economy works in cycles. He understands the way that Berkshire Hathaway is going to go from $1 trillion to $3 trillion is have a couple $billion or a couple $100 billion sitting to the side, wait for that depressed moment to grab big name assets at a cheap price so they can ride it up to that $2 to $3 trillion valuation. That's all you have to do as an individual investor, as an individual person. Set the cash to the side in the good times and take advantage in the bad times. Or as the quote say, cash combined with courage in a time of crisis is priceless. Thank y'all for joining the channel. Now y'all have 5 quotes, and those are the things that I talk about on this channel all the time. If you want to jump into the channel, please like, subscribe, hit me up in the comment section. We're going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to change the way I am. I'm not going to sit here and change a tried and true strategy just so I can appease the masses so I'm repeating what people that haven't done not even a tenth of what Warren Buffett does. Not even a tenth of what other successful investors did. I'm not changing my strategy. But I'm willing to sit here and help you learn the strategy so you can follow the same blueprint they did to become successful. So again, like, subscribe, share. I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.